In the beginning of the story, we are shown a family who are living their life happily, but they did not know that after a few minutes, something like this is going to happen to them, which is even scary to think about. When the husband and wife were busy in their conversation, then suddenly they start hearing the screams of people from outside. When they left the house, they saw that there was a commotion among the people outside. People were running away from their homes as if something big was going to happen. Jason and Beth saw that our neighbors were also scared and were quickly emptying their house. Jason asked the neighbor, "What is the reason? Why are you leaving the house?" But they were in such a hurry that they did not answer Jason. There they saw that the neighbor's son was also packing his stuff. When Jason asked the child, "Where are you going?" Then the child replied that my father's friend is a government officer. He said that a very poisonous virus has spread, which turns a normal person into a monster. But then the child's mother came there and started taking him away from there. Jason asked her, "What kind of virus is this child talking about?" To which the child's mother said that there is no time to tell now. Take your wife and daughter and get as far away from this city as possible. Hearing this, Jason and Beth were very scared. After that, Jason, without thinking, starts taking his family out of the city by sitting in the car. But on the way, he saw that the neighbors who were running were returning. Seeing this, they felt even more strange. Going ahead, these people get stuck in traffic. When Jason and his family got out of the car, they saw that the only way out of the city was closed by the police. Helicopters started guarding here and there in the sky. People were told that a poisonous virus has spread in the city, and you should return home quickly. Hearing this, Jason felt something strange, that when the virus has spread in the city, why are they being told to stay in the city instead of taking people out of the city? Then suddenly a big stone fell on their car from the nearby mountain. Seeing this, they got very scared. The mountain started shaking. Then 2 military fighter jets came out of the back of the mountain and moved toward the city. Those 2 fighter jets started raining bombs all over the city, which turned the whole city into ashes. Jason's wife, Beth, immediately understood that if she had listened to the police and returned home, her fate was going to be very bad. After that, those fighter jets started moving towards the people on the road. Seeing this, everyone was confused. Now everyone understood that the government wants to kill them. Everyone started running here and there to save their lives. But Jason and Beth understood that they can run anywhere. Those fighter jets will kill them. Then Beth turned around and saw a school on the mountain, and she felt that it would be better to save her life. After that, Jason started climbing the mountain with Beth and Zoe towards the school. The fighter jets started dropping bombs on the people on the bridge. The 3 of them reached the school running fast, and fortunately, they find a tunnel there. And just a few seconds before the bomb blast, they quickly enter that tunnel. As soon as the bunker door closed, there was a powerful explosion above. But fortunately, these people were under the bunker and their lives were saved. But the surprising thing for them was that what kind of virus was it that the government had to kill all the people in the city? Those people were not able to understand anything. They just knew that if they wanted to live, then live quietly in the bunker. But the problem for them was that how long will these people live here? And what will they have to do to eat and drink to fill their stomachs? The good thing was that there was a lot of expiry food there, which could last for a long time for 3 people. Jason's wife Beth was very upset. She starts thinking about her daughter Zoe, that what will we do if she gets sick? And Beth got hurt while closing the door, which was a very deep wound. They were both worried about the fact that this poisonous virus may have attacked their body, but it was not the time to think about it. They had to make this bunker safe now, so that no one could open the bunker door above. Jason closed the bunker door tightly with an iron chain and decided that now they have to hide here and live their lives. But living under the ground was not easy. Every day the same food, muddy water to drink, and they played cards in their spare time. Their connection with the outside world was completely cut off. After living here for many days, they were very tired of this bunker. But what would they do if they went up? They would not be able to save their lives. This life made Jason's family feel like the end of the world. Zoe asked her father, "Dad, how long will we live here?" Jason had no answer to this. He just told his daughter that when the virus goes out, we will go out. He puts his daughter's fingers on her eyes, and the outside world makes her imagine. Days passed like this, and then months. They did not know that while waiting to get out, they have spent more than 300 days in this bunker. Zoe looks at the outside world through her mother's periscope. There was a scene of destruction all around, as if the whole world had burned to ashes. There was no sign of any human being there. Seeing all this, the little girl felt that maybe we are the last survivors of this world. Her mother reassured her not to think like this. Maybe your friends are also hiding somewhere like us. Now it was night, and it was time for dinner. Now they had less food left. That's why the three of them were eating a little bit and working. But today, Zoe insisted that she was given a whole can. When Zoe opened the tin box, she saw that the tin box was empty from the inside. There was a small hole in the back of this box. Maybe something was stolen from it. Beth checked all the remaining boxes and found that all 12 boxes were empty. Seeing this, she was very upset because this was her 2-week ration. Beth looked at the ventilation net and guessed that maybe a rat came in and took the food. Beth said that if this is a rat, we will have to kill it soon. Otherwise, it will destroy all our food. Seeing the sad face of the daughter, Jason reassured her not to worry about small things. If the food is over, I will go upstairs and get some stuff. The next day, when Zoe was playing with her mother in the blocks, she heard a slight sound from behind. When Zoe turned around and saw, a rat had come in again to steal the food. Before the rat ran away, Zoe immediately called her parents. Today, they had to kill this rat at any cost. Jason took out a knife in anger and went ahead to cut it into pieces, but that little rat turned out to be very fast. He ran away from Jason's attack, saving himself, and also dropped the loltine on the table. As soon as he was about to enter his hole, Beth suddenly slapped and killed the rat. They were all happy to kill the rat. Then on the other hand, the fire began to grow slowly from the fall of the loltine. Jason ran and closed the loltine, but the loltine was very hot, which burned Jason's hand. And when the loltine's glass burst, the whole table was on fire. Beth tried to tear the curtain and put out the fire. Jason took out half a bucket of water from the tap and put it on the fire. Somehow, they both put out the fire. But the danger was not over yet, but it was going to be even more difficult for them because they had put out the fire, but the smoke coming out of the fire had filled the entire bunker with smoke, and that smoke was slowly coming out of the ventilation net from above. Seeing this, they were all scared because this smoke was showing where they were. Now everyone was holding their breath. Jason said that maybe the darkness of the night will hide the smoke, and no one will know about our hideout. The three of them stayed awake all night in the shadow of fear. The next morning, they looked out of the periscope for their own comfort, and the ground creaked under their feet. They saw that there was a cloud of smoke outside. Seeing this, their anxiety began to increase. They were convinced that the secret of their hideout had been revealed. Then Beat said that if the smoke has risen, then there must be ash nearby, which can be detected by examining our hideout. So now we have to clean the ash. After which, the couple decided to go outside and clean. Before leaving, Jason told his daughter Zoe that, Zoe, promise me that whether you hear a voice from outside or anything happens, you just don't have to go out. After making a promise to his daughter, he opened the lock of the door. He listened carefully to the voices outside, and when he was sure that there was no one outside, they both opened the bunker door and went out. Now his daughter was left alone inside. She was waiting for her parents, but even after waiting for a long time, when her parents did not return, she climbed on the stool and began to see the situation outside the binoculars. Soon she saw that her parents were trying to hide the door from her, but then Zoe saw something that caught her breath. She saw a black shadow in the distance moving towards them quickly. The girl shouted loudly and told her father to look behind, but the distance was too far. Her parents could not hear. In fear, the girl forgot her fear and climbed the stairs and came out of the bunker. As soon as she came out, she realized that her parents were no longer there. The girl began to call her parents, and then suddenly someone grabbed her face from behind. It was no one else but her mother. A few seconds later, a pack of wild deer quickly passed through there. Although the three of them survived, but the fear of the deer began to increase. These deer were definitely trying to escape from something dangerous. Everyone realized the danger, and they quickly ran back to the bunker and entered the bunker. Jason closed the bunker door with wooden straps and tied it tightly, and told everyone to stay quiet. Then he heard the sound of footsteps from above. It seemed as if someone was coming towards the bunker door. He was spinning around the bunker, for these three slowly moved away from the bunker door and started moving forward. And maybe whoever was up till now did not notice that there was someone in the bunker below. Zoya began to cry out of fear. Beat silenced her and said that if the sound goes out, everything will be over. The three of them were slowly moving ahead of the bunker door. They were moving ahead of the bunker door so that even if someone opened the bunker door from above, he would not be seen below. But then the rope of the doll that Zoe had picked up in her hand got stuck in a screw. The screw began to loosen slowly. Seeing this, Jason and Beat's hands slipped out of their hands, and at the same moment, voices began to come from inside the doll. Jason immediately tore the doll and broke the speaker inside it. But now it was too late. The thing above that was following him. He had noticed it. Suddenly, a loud bang came from above, and then the sound of heavy footsteps stopped directly at the bunker door. He finally found his place and started trying to open it. He was pushing the bunker lid hard, and despite being chained, the danger was clearly felt, and the demon above had found out that someone was definitely below. Although the door was tightly chained, but in front of the terrible force of that thing, the chains began to break one by one. Seeing this, Jason had found out that the door would not last long now, so he quickly ran inside and started removing the water pump pipe. Here, Beth also showed courage and climbed the stairs, and using the weight of her body, she tried to pull the chain and close the door, but still, the iron lid began to open slowly. At the same time, a black shadow appeared on the door, whose eyes were shining like a bulb, as if the death of the three was watching them from above. Jason attacked him with a pipe without thinking, which he fell behind. Jason quickly trapped the pipe in the door and closed the door, and the thing ran away from there, but Jason's body was still trembling badly. He could never imagine that there were not only merciless soldiers in the outside world, but also dangerous demons were roaming around. The whole family is sad near the stairs because now their place had been revealed. Now at any time there could have been an attack on them, and they had also realized that this time one had come, but the next time when they come, their number will be quite large, and we will not be able to do anything in front of them. After a while, the closet suddenly began to shake. Jason and Beth realized that he had also called his other companions. From above, the sounds of fast footsteps began to be heard, as if thousands of creatures were running on their heads. Then they all gathered at the bunker door. Jason, Beth, and Zoe were shivering. Then they suddenly started a powerful attack. This time the power was much stronger than before. The strong iron door broke and fell down, and many eyes began to shine on the bunker door, which they started running behind in fear, but the demons were also following them. Beth threw her oil lamp and set fire to the curtain between her and caught the closet, and both blocked the way between them. Then they started running inside the bunker, but they knew that all this could not stop them for long. They had no way to escape. Then the girls saw a ventilation opening towards the ground. Jason broke it with force and pushed his wife and daughter out with all his strength. But when he tried to get out himself, he got stuck because of the tight space. On the other hand, the demons were moving towards him. Now Jason had to see the other way, so he broke his shoulder bone, which he started screaming in pain. But quickly he took care of himself and entered the ventilation. Without wasting time, Beth started pulling Jason out with all her strength. As soon as Jason was about to come out, a huge creature came and grabbed Jason's leg. Jason understood that it was impossible to save him now. There was no hope. Jason looked at his wife and said, "Whatever happens, don't let anything happen to Zoe." And the next moment, the demon pulls him into the bunker. But Jason, instead of being afraid of the demon in the bunker, says to her, "Let me see how much strength you have." When Beth and Zoe looked down, there were screams coming out of the bunker. Beth understood that her husband was fighting to give her time to escape. She took her daughter with her and left from there. And while escaping from the demon, he came a long way, but while running away, he felt something strange. He saw that the highway that used to open to the outside world, now there was a high wall standing there. That is, now no one can get out of this city. That's when the helicopter came flying from afar. When Beth turned around and saw, it was an army helicopter. The helicopter quickly came to him and shone its bright spotlight. As soon as they were about to run away, a big net fell on them from above, in which they both got stuck. They both tried to get rid of the net in every possible way, but the net caught them both badly. Beth saw from the middle of the net that some black shadows with green eyes were coming to her. That's when we learned the real secret of the story. The people with yellow eyes holding the gun, whom we thought were demons, were actually not infected with any alien or virus, but they were soldiers of the military who were wearing gas masks and night vision glasses, the same eyes whose yellow glow was showing them to another world. But the question is why the last army was the enemy of these people. You will find out all the secret in the rest of the story. Now Beth and Zoe were both in control of these soldiers. One of them took out a big injection and injected it into their necks one by one. When their blood was tested, it was found that both of them were infected with a poisonous virus, which means that both of them are a threat to this earth. That is, they will be killed now. Actually, when the virus spread for the first time, many people in this small city had come under its grip. This virus spread by air, and this virus spread from one person to another very quickly. Infected people themselves did not know that they were sick, and the government had no antidote to stop this virus. Apart from killing infected people, the government had no other way. Beth cries and says, "Please let my daughter go." When Beth saw that these soldiers were not even going to leave her younger daughter, she was completely angry. Black marks began to appear on her face. But before she could do anything, a bloodbath broke out from the neck of a soldier. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new video.